Kotaku laying off many of its so-called game journalists, but does that mean that it's healing? Well, I can assure you guys the answer will be a resounding no. And hello there, how's there? Ame Gakita there. So obviously today in Random Chat we are talking about the Kotaku laying off as well as game journalists. But in a way, if anyone want to know like what's happening in a simple nutshell, apparently Kotaku editors are being laid off, and many of them give a lot of stuff. They talk about like one of them sleep in and woke up to news that they have been laid off, or maybe the everyone infamous favorite apparently editor is Alyssa. She had been decided like instead of like claiming that she laid off, she decided to say she leave Kotaku. So the issue is that for that we'll talk about what is the difference between lay off and choosing to quit, because in a way it does hold a different weight, especially if she decided to continue to be a game journalist elsewhere. Now, putting at the start of the video when I kind of like caught up, like does that mean that now that Kotaku have so-called kick out many of his problematic game journalists, does that mean is it healing? Well, the reason why I say it's not at the start is basically if you actually look at in many ways, Kotaku kind of like hold responsible for even hiring these kind of people and many other to be their editor or their so-called game journalists or people who is a writer. And anyone who do need to know is that many of Kotaku situation is that they approve this kind of article to be posted on their website, and it kind of like proves that their boss or their member are even have that kind of thought, even though it's not supposed to be if you are an actual game journalist. So in a way, do I think Kotaku is technically healing or not? I don't think so, and it also will also mean that it won't even change the actual current game journalist ideology, agenda, or whatever you want to call it at this small time. So if anyone want to do know what it means, it's basically that when you go and talk about other so-called game journal site, basically like PC Gamer or IGN, they really have their own people with the same ideology as Alyssa-san. So when you have those kind of people having the same mindset as her, even going as far as defending her, well, in a way, is that I wouldn't even think that those problematic game journalists are going away. It means they are here to stay whether we all like it or not. It's just basically from one company probably to another company. It was just that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just that the game journalist, it will be still the same. There is no basic changes. That's all. So at the end of the day, when people say that, oh, she just got kicked out, we can start supporting Kotaku. Well, I won't even jump on the bandwagon that fast if this is what you actually wanted to think that Kotaku is healing. I will still give them the wait and see approach to see what kind of article they post out, what kind of news, what kind of review they give for games. Is it their honest reply, or is it just basically again back to the point of DEI or LGBTQ or loudest minority along the line? Because the moment they start making those kind of same article, it just means that they never move along. They are still back to the same Kotaku, and at that point of time, it just basically means that they are not worth the time to be even considered a proper game journal site. So the thing is, right, for me, the only way to ensure this kind of people that is out of gaming industry is to ensure that they don't stay within the gaming industry. The moment they start appearing in game industry, attacking anyone for their so-called disagreement, as well as saying like calling gamers neo-Nazi, or going as far as saying like people is the far left or far right or whatever BS left right political stuff at this point of time. Yeah, at this point I won't even say is I'm wrong to highlight that those people are technically the terrorists of gaming industry, because they just go around acting like a terrorist, going around attacking anyone that disagree with them, pushing their own ideology and thinking they are always right. So in a way, if anyone want to know, should we be calling them terrorists, and are they gonna say that, oh, you are just going to be a neo-Nazi or far-left or far-right BS, whatever along the line? Yeah, by all means, go ahead if you are a game journalist watching this damn video. The issue is that often more than not, if you want to like give a proper take, you don't really like force your way in, especially as when I'm being telling a lot of people saying like, I don't mind DI, LGBTQ or stuff in game as long as the story make freaking sense, as well as that the character is likable, relatable, or in other words, something that look good. You don't go never create a character saying, oh, the character must look like realistic, oh, the female with big breasts is unrealistic, when all you need to do is just check online, go to the beach, go to the gym, and see there are actually ladies that look like game's character. And even more so that some of the girls in real life actually go to the point of ensuring that they keep their body in that shape so that they can do a proper cosplay. But I guess at this point of time, those people just want people to be like, oh, we just need to create a few obese characters so that a obese girl can cosplay as them. Apparently that's what they want. Because if that is not what they want, then why the hell you create those kind of characters in the first damn place? So the issue now we have to highlight now is basically what is the difference between the layoff which is happening within Kotaku, especially as well as the so-called I leave the job, which is basically Alyssa's take in appearing in her Twitter saying that she is deciding to leave Kotaku. Now, getting laid off and leaving or quitting the job have two different ways, especially when you are going back to apply for a new job. Ask any HR people or any recruitment company, the first thing you will ask is basically, why do you leave the job versus why do you got fired? If you get laid off, often more than not it means that you're being terminated or you're being fired, and often more than not the reason we have to like when anyone in the right mind will be the first question is, why did they lay off or why did they fire you? And based on the answer that the person asked or the person replied, is will have a huge consequences in a way. Often more than not the right answer, whether you all like it or not, is basically you can just say that the company is having financial issue and they decided to keep many people out. But on the other hand, obviously if you are from a specific company or a specific place, you can't really use that excuse offer more than not, even though that is the so-called right answer. So in a way, if especially like Kotaku, if they highlight saying that they are not laying off due to finance, then obviously the HR can do a search and say that you are lying. And if I'm the person in charge of the recruitment, I will not hire the person because the person is lying, and I do not want to hire a liar. Now, another point a lot of people need to highlight in the video, the so-called layoff as well, is that if you do also highlight the part in, like in this case, that, oh, I sleep in and I woke up the news that I've been laid off. Now the question is that if you do sleep in the job and that you get laid off due to it, then obviously I would definitely don't even want to hire this person, because who knows whether I will hire you and you freaking sleep in my own company. So when that actually happened, obviously I wouldn't even consider hiring the person. So that's the reason why there is no really actual right answer, even though the right answer technically, but many people always tend to go for is there is problem at a company that decided to lay off many people. So the thing is, right, if you do like be honest in saying like, oh, I did something bad at the job and you want to change your life, the only issue is that if you're being honest, sometimes it can also backfire, because if the reason for your layoff, like you sleep in, then obviously if it can happen in the previous job, obviously you may do it at the same job in my company or any other company, and obviously won't hire. Now, that being out of the way, why is quitting the job have a whole new different weight? It's the same thing as two different questions when a person leave for a company and apply for the job. Like the first question like that happened to a layoff is that, why do you get laid off? Why do you get fired? Why do you get terminated? That is one strong question. But when I ask, why did you quit your previous company? Technically, the right answer to go for is that you decided to expand your horizon and be to gain more experience that your previous job company could not offer. Often more than not, that is tend to be the right answer, even though there are better answers out there. And when you kind of like think about the answer and the question, it's already a whole new different place. Even though technically both mean they have left the company by any mean, be it by firing or quitting. So obviously, Alyssa choosing to highlight that she quit her job mean that if she do step into game journalist or game editor in another game journal site like IGN or PC Gamer, obviously the HR department will just think that, oh, you quit your job. And even though if she decided to say that, oh, the previous job is BS, they have a lot of problem that I disagree, and they decided to I decided to quit because they don't appreciate my talent along the line. Yeah, that just means that she's pushing her ego. And if the PR is with the right moral and the right mindset, obviously they won't even hire these kind of people. Even though technically when a person, the PR when the HR or the recruitment asks, why did you quit? You can talk badly about your company, but the one thing is that is only happen if the company you quit is the freaking rival of the one that you're applying for. So in a way, like I mentioned, you do want to say that you want to expand your horizon, and because she write that in her so-called tweet, indicating that she's decided to leave, they are some of the best. She want to like fight for to maintain whatsoever. So she, in a way, if she do continue to work as a game journalist in another game site like IGN or PC Gamer or any other site, she can use the leverage that she quit instead of stating that she been laid off. So a lot of people need to understand that when those people decide to say they quit or whatsoever, they are just technically trying to ensure the weight of their pride or the weight of their reputation stay intact in a way, even though they leave the company. So it is a very dangerous thing to do and to know, more so that even though a lot of people are saying that, oh, she's been laid off, but if she highlight that she quit and she quit long before the layoff, then obviously it is a very dangerous sign, because it means that she is a very cunning person. But on the other hand, we can't be sure whether will she apply for another game journalist position or not, because that is basically a thing of the future. I can't predict the future, but basically that's what I'm giving is basically based on my experience. That being said, a lot of things I say can be considered a speculative thought. My speculative thought, to be exact, is just a random chat. So whether you agree or disagree, whether you think that my word holds some weight, or do you think that there is a very dangerous sign, because game journalists is still here to stay, whether we all like it or not. So if you have your own view, your own take, just write it down in the comment section. We can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or random at a time. But the one thing I hope is not random for you guys is have a nice day online. Bye.